apparently the goats are very eager. Opening map, guys. Believe it or not. RotterdaM Station. They did not pick this. This was decided by the WTL for this playday. Every single third match of every clan war needs to start on RotterdaM, and that includes Maru versus Serral. Here we go.
Let's get it on.
Round 1, fight!
In the bottom left side of RotterdaM, playing, I think, the highest level CVT we've ever seen on this map. We're looking at the main base of the great, the all-time GOAT, Yona Sotala, the man who has won it all. In the top right side, we're looking at the main base of the other GOAT, the man who has won it all over in Korea. GSL after GSL after GSL has belonged to him, Onsyde Maru. Or apparently it's just Onsyde right now. Seems like they copied us. Basilisk is not Basilisk Gaming or Team Basilisk or anything. We are just Basilisk. And apparently Onsyde has dropped the gaming and they are now just Onsyde. What race does this map favor? Well, historically we say in ZVT, if maps are large and wide open, it favors the Zerg. And obviously this map is incredibly large and incredibly wide open. But it's also a good map to at least turtle in the beginning, and it's very easy to secure 4 bases. And if there is one Terran who enjoys the late game, it's that dude who has won too many GSLs. I've lost track, guys. As soon as we can no longer count them on one hand, I lose track. I believe we're at 7, but who knows? It's too many. The best turtle Terran of all time, the best late game Terran player of all time, against the best late game Zerg player of all time. I think no matter who you support, or even if you like different players, even if Rogue is your GOAT, and everyone is allowed to have their own opinion, that's fine. I think we can all agree that when it comes to the late game, these two have always separated themselves from every other player of their respective race. Serral's had a haircut. Serral's looking spiffy. That man is looking spiffy. He knows he's bad. Rogue's late game was never that good, Munra. Rogue is an amazing player and was an absolute killer, especially in those big international events. But Rogue was not a late game god. Like, I am 100% confident in saying that even Dark's late game was a whole lot better than Rogue's late game. And Dark showed that time and time again. But Rogue was amazing at other stuff. Rogue was amazing at finding quick ways to win. Rogue's aggression was amazing, obviously a great multitasker, but late game was not really where he shined the brightest. Even Rogue was open about it, yeah. Not really, Max. Not really, no. I remember in our Corona era when we casted Dark versus Rogue quite a few times, that there would be multiple games in a row where Dark would trade out 20, 30,000 resources better than Rogue in ZVZ late game. It wasn't even close between those two. Rogue was kind of like Solar, incredibly dangerous in the early game, incredibly dangerous in the mid game. But when it came to Viper Wars, Dark had his number and it was not close. And obviously there's no shame in being outplayed by Dark, because Dark is obviously a stud. But Dark was better in the late game. Maru is going to take his pocket expand. Very quick 3-base setup. Serral has taken the expand on the low ground, so he can get that trip going, but obviously he will have the opportunity to take his pocket expand whenever the hell he wants. I'm nervous. Obviously the name of the game is very simple. We need a 2-0 here, guys, for Serral. We need a 2-0 for Basilisk. If Serral does not 2-0, Onsyde Gaming gets the W. They get all 3 points, and they create a pretty serious gap between themselves and us in the regular season, which means it's going to be very hard for us to win the regular season. We need Yona to, at the bare minimum, win 2 games here. So at least we'll win a point. And then with an ace match, we can still win 2 points. If Maru just wins a single map, Onsyde Gaming wins the clan war. And don't forget that Maru so far has not lost a single game yet in this entire season of WTL Code S. But the good news is that he has also not played Serral yet. No pressure, Serral. We just need you to 2-0 Maru. Yona doesn't feel pressure. He lives for these moments. When was the last time you guys ever saw Yona feel the pressure? I feel the pressure. I'm not even playing, guys, and I feel like I have the jitters. I'm shaking a little bit, and the hairs are standing up on my arm. I wouldn't say goosebumps all over my body, but I'm definitely feeling a little bit nervous. Maru did lose to Scarlet, yes, in GSL Code S. But that is not WTL Code S. What's the average ping for EU versus Korea? I would say that players in general will be playing with anything between 115 and 165. Double drop in the pocket expand of Serral. As Serral is going to play Mira Ling. We have 28 links, 9 queens, lose a couple drones, that is it. I think game 1 is played on US West. Game 2 will be played on US Central. So game 1, Maru has a better ping than Serral. The second game, Serral will have a better ping than Maru. Reina says that Serral has 190 on West. And that's proper high. Alright, that's it. I'm taking Serral in. Serral, let's move to the Netherlands, mate. I only get 165 or 172 on West. Maru pushing out in the center of the map, and I don't see any banelings yet, guys. I know we have a decent amount of mutas, but I'm already a little bit scared. There's another medevac flying to the other side of the map. This is not going to be easy for Yona, who's got an 8-worker lead. The Liberator is going to siege up on the pocket expand as well. Maru is pulling out all the stops here early on the Ratu set. The mutas are flying to the other side of the map, and I hope that Yona knows what he's doing. I'm a tiny bit concerned. The hatchery dies. The queens could be in Maru is doing all the right plays, and the mutas are not doing anything yet for Yona. I'm worried, guys. I am very worried. And it's not just a Liberator anymore. It's a double drop as well. I don't like this because Terran units fire quicker than Zerg units. I think this looks really, really, really good for Maru. Yona obviously does not have baning speed. 2 kill 19 SCVs. Rather quick. So it's not that the mutas are not doing anything. The mutas are doing a lot. And Maru has kind of let go of the aggression a little bit. I saw my live and BASILISK live flash in front of my eyes. But the GOAT starting to find some momentum here. An 18-worker lead without an upgrade. Do we have baning speed, guys? Do we have baning speed? Yes? Okay. Obviously, upgrades are still going to be scary. Maru will probably have a pretty terrifying 2-2 timing, but... Nice micro as well, but in the end, maybe we overstayed our welcome a tiny bit as we do bleed out 2 Mutalisk. 2 Mutas fall. And I was so worried that we were going to lose a whole lot more than we ended up losing. And obviously, Serral still lost a decent amount of units. A couple drones here and there, but he also did good damage on the other side of the map. Spicy. Everything we look for when these two clash. We have a Spore Crawler here, right? Oh, the Spore Crawler probably died. I think the Spore Crawler died. We have an Overseer. Careful. Okay. Okay. So, there's nothing else happening, so Serral is going to be able to clean this up. Don't know where that medevac and the final Widowmine went. The Observer does not want to show us, but that's all good. Still lair tag, of course, for Yona. I don't think we have an Infestation Pit yet. No, there it comes. Infestation Pit gets dropped now. Yona wiggling in his chair a little bit. Letting go of a tiny, deep breath. He's not the only one. I'm not playing, but I'm feeling it too. Muta count is pretty high though. We've got +1 flyer attacks. A missile turret or 2 should not be... Widow mines were hidden behind that refinery. And one of the mines fired. Maru doubling down on the missile turret defense. Making Nathanius proud over here. No turret is too many for Nate. Hello, Alexi. You know it, mate. Because I'm excited for our upcoming fight nights. Colby. Nathanius catching strays? Not at all. I don't think that was an insult. Why do you guys make it seem that everything I say is a stray? Nate loves missile turrets. That's not a stray. Is that fire real? Yes, it is. Everything is real on the stream, guys. Including the 6-packs that I show you guys every single day. Muras are gonna dive into the natural. So many turrets. Multiple of them, Dempak. Because we're not talking about my belly. Banelings! Oh, Widow Mines are gonna fire. And Widow Mines will fire. Not as bad as what I thought it was going to be. But obviously we lose a few links. We lose a couple of drones. Serral, unlike my boy Raynor, does believe in burrow, baby. We get quick burrow. We're gonna get some burrowed banelings. Fantastic map for it. Very obvious where the Terran army is gonna be. I always love burrow. The Mudas pick up a Viking in the bottom right side. Ah, this is so cool. 12 minutes in, and it's a must-win game for us. That this is the kind of game we're getting. Because Maru against Serral, no matter how amazing it is on paper, has not always delivered in the past, guys. Quite often, this has been relatively one-sided, relatively underwhelming. Think of TSL that we had in Utrecht a little over 2 years ago. Everyone was looking forward to it. Wasn't really all that great. This one I feel is pretty great so far. Thank you so much, Dunpack, for giving us 5 zombies. The meter count is good, guys, but that's a lot of turrets, baby. That is a lot of turrets. Lings are getting on top of a couple of Marines. Mudas can obviously help out here as well. Yeah, the baiting in the mix. Yeah, the observing... Ooh, 6 dropper lords, guys. The observing is not always great in WTL Codes, but that's why I'm paying a lot of attention to the mini-map. Trying to make Raynor proud with those tiny details. We're gonna drop some +2 melee Zerglings with Adrenal Glands in the pocket expand. So the missile turrets can get taken out by the Zerglings, and that's when the Mudas can show up. I like it. I feel like my boy is cooking. 1 hour match incoming. I think it's way too early to talk about 1 hour matches. Okay, that sensitive is very smart. Exclamation mark perfect in the chat, guys. For my hot take on the sensor tower. Here come the links and the sensor tower is there, but Maru may think initially that it's just the Muras showing up, but it's not the Mutalisk showing up, baby. And sure, an Overlord or two is gonna get picked off here, maybe multiple drop lords will fall, but the links are gonna take care of a lot of these missile turrets. They have Adrenal Glands, they have +2 melee. I want to take out the sensor tower too. Yeah! Take out that sensor tower, mate. We get all but 1 turret, I believe. Maybe we even get that final turret. If Maru doesn't repair it, we do get that final turret too. Burrow has now been revealed, but that's okay. Alright. Maru is now going to build the missile turrets a little bit closer to the edge to make it harder for these drop lords to show up. A couple of infestors on the production tab. My contact lens is bothering me. I am old-fashioned and I have hard contacts instead of soft contacts. Because they don't really work for my eyes. But if there is something underneath your contact lens, it can really hurt. And it seems like I'm trying, but I'm not trying yet, I promise. Maru's got 3-3 bio. We've got Drilling Claws in the mix as well. The Bailing count is looking pretty good. Ultralisk is on the production tab. I think Chitinous Plating is already done, as we're now working on the one upgrade that I really don't know the name of. Something Synthesis, whatever. We call it Ultralisk Speed. A little movement speed bonus off creep. Synthesis? No, not anabolic. Oh, really? It is? Anabolic Synthesis? Okay, I was halfway there, but then I was wrong because I thought you were wrong. Damn, your place looks cozy. Can I come over? Tier 3 sub, mate, and my door is always open. Any tier 3 sub, no matter where you're from, no matter how old you are, the door is always open. We can sit at the fireplace together and warm our hands. 3 Liberators at a time being produced, as Maru is also getting Caduceus Reactor. That's the Medevac energy upgrade. Maru throws down a scan and sees these Sharking Infestors. Obviously, with a man that plays in the same region as Dark, he is familiar with Sharking Infestors. I also have glasses, guys, and I do use my glasses a decent amount, but it doesn't work for video games. My eyes are a little bit messed up. The glasses only work if I sit that still, if I read a book, if I watch a TV, that's fine. But if I'm gaming, I cannot use glasses. Sharking investor in the top right side of our screen. Do you have a condition? Yes, I am a sick puppy. Doctors have studied me for a long time and they said, we have the results. You're a sick puppy. And I was like, I know. I'm an epic gamer. That's my condition. Now it says that one eye is plus, the other one is minus, and then I also have what do they call that? When your eye is not perfectly rounded. We have a lot of banelings crashing into some buy units in the bottom right side. Ultras are in the middle of a lot of circles, but the Ultras is still kind of tanky. A lot of the ghosts survive though. Good news is, guys, that Serral has money for days, so none of these fights are going to be game deciding. Yeah, astigmatism. I never say these words, but yes, that's probably what it is. Astigmatism. So, I have glasses, I use them, but for gaming it would not work. Anyway, enough about my eyes, guys. I just want to tell you guys that I'm rubbing my eye because my contact lens is bothering me. Maru has made some good progress in the bottom center of the map with a lot of liberators. Nice fungo on the goals, by the way, guys. Is that good enough? We kind of needed the DJ Khaled, another one. One of the doors is going to get picked up. Serral does break this setup, and that's nice, because now we can take out a couple of these missile turrets as well. We should be able to pick up those remaining liberators, right? Somebody said earlier the mutas are becoming dead weight. Oh, what? Wait, okay, the orbiter actually already lifted and is floating over. But at least he got all the missile turrets there too. That was good, guys. That fungo on the goals was very good. That sound was very dramatic. Lips are here once more. We've got 33 banelings. Hey, we've got 2 ultras. We got a couple of corruptors. We got infestors. Let's see if these 33 banelings can connect. How Max Verstappen is going to connect with the Grand Prix in Las Vegas. Not bad. Maybe Red Bull is in trouble, but I'd say overall that was decent. Lings on top of a planetary. If we perfectly spaced out the Lings where splash damage doesn't kill the Lings, maybe there's a tiny chance we could have killed it, but the Mutalisk are here. So much for those Serral Mutas being dead weight. A lot of mules being dropped. We all believe in the yellow submarine. And the yellow submarine keeps it alive. Excellent first game between these two, but Serral is a whole lot richer than Maru is. So some of these fights, I don't hate it. Obviously, Ratu set has a lot of bases. A Liberator is killing drones somewhere. That's a lot of drones, Yona. I know we're rich, but we don't want to lose 12 drones against every single Liberator. Maru is now getting on top of a hatchery that is right next to the pocket expand of Maru. This is obviously not a base that Maru will ever allow Serral to mine from. Because that is technically a base that belongs to Maru. Or if it ever belongs to Serral, then Maru needs to get that base at 6 o'clock. But he's not quite there yet. Infestor on burrows. What a fungo by the great Yona Sotala. As Bailey's going to crash in as well. But we are fighting near a planetary fortress. The fungo, however, is so damn good that we can fight near a planetary fortress. We get the kills. We have a couple of corruptors showing up as well. Not a whole lot of mobile anti-air remaining here for Maru. I want to say that that was another sweet engagement by the man from Basilisk. I think this is definitely the most amount of trouble that Maru has been in so far in his perfect WTL Code as winter season. 7 best of 2s, 7 times. It went 2-0 for Maru. I think he's in a little trouble here. But as long as Maru has ghosts and planetaries, I will not call it game. Yeah, Serral's monstrous bank is also disappearing, guys. So the next time we have a fight like this for Serral, the fights are obviously good, don't get me wrong. But we kind of want to get a base. We want to deny Maru from more mining. Because 20 minutes into Legacy of the Void, your main base done. Your natural done. Your pocket expand, I'd say, is pretty much done as well. So now it really comes down to that base at 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock for Maru and obviously the gold. So the next time Serral takes a similar fight, we want to take out a base as well. If we don't take out a base, it becomes really scary again. Liberator's creating a couple of circles on the bottom side of the map, and Serral is going to lose that bottom base too. Don't forget, we also lost that top base, and it is very important that Serral starts comfortably mining of one of the two. I think Serral's sending out another drone to the base at 12 o'clock, so he's going to make another attempt. I think most of the fights right now will take place in that top side of the map, but while I say that, Maru is actually kind of pushing the gold of Serral. Serral's gonna try to take out the gold of Maru, and I think he will with all those links, with all these Banelings. Come on, Banelings, do your thing. Banelings in the bottom side of the map as well, not bad. The ghosts survive though, the ghosts do survive. Is it a base for a base? It is absolutely a base for a base. We are battling. I don't hate that. I kind of like the base for base. Especially because the bottom right side is an orbital. And that is not really a very well defended orbital. Is there a world, guys, where Serral can start mining out those minerals on the top side of RotterdaM? Can he take out the debris and can he then mine out those minerals? If we have a hatchery that close, I think it would be a great play. To open the back door up of Maru, I think would be a very sweet play. Man, this is crazy. Nerve-wracking. Really, guys? It's a map with a... Oh, what a fungo! What a fungo of the Shocking Infestor. Can the Banelings connect with the Ghost of Maru? Sort of. I wish we had a Viper, by the way. Imagine a Parabomb on those Metavacs, but the Corruptors get on top of the Liberators. The Banelings are still here. The Banelings getting a decent amount of Ghosts. Huh? Alright, chat, we get it. You guys are all 12. It's very funny. A backdoor joke. Ha 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 ha. Let's move on. It's a map with a pocket expand, guys. We get it. It's fine. I'll come up with a different term. We'll just call about the in-base expand from now on. The third base, whatever. Super funny, Rocket Penguin. I am literally laughing my back door off over here. Oh, nice retarget on the Widowmine. Very well done there by Maru. Serral split off a link, but Maru switched targets. Not a Shocking Infestor, but Maru. Maru scans. He sees the Infestor. The Fungo still lands, but I don't think Serral can really chase here. Nice. Oh, great hold position. Great split off. They're both playing an awesome game so far, guys. This may very well turn into a legendary game on the RotterdaM station, because I haven't really seen too many awesome games on this map yet. I've seen a decent amount of games, and some of them were definitely not bad. But this is definitely, for me already, a personal favorite. Map is not that old yet, so I'm not getting ultra carried away, but so far so good. As drones are dying, SCVs are dying. We have a planetary, but the planetary is pretty far away. The Liberator is there to protect the SCVs, but we can still do hold position away from the circle. If you just have a couple of lasers, we're going for it. A fungal lens, the Banelings connect with the Ghost Baby, and those are the units that Serral really wants to kill. Ultras, Banelings, Corruptors, is this it? I'm starting to feel that that's the fight. That is potentially closing out this game. A few Ghosts survive, Corruptors can take out a few more Liberators. But the great Yona Sotala, while distracting Maru with a couple of links in the bottom right side of the map, gets an amazing fight near the gold. That was massive. The biggest victory of the game. And potentially game ending immediately after 26 minutes. Maru has not dropped a single map in this season of WTL Code S. And it seems that no one is going to ever have a perfect season in this very competitive team league. Lings are everywhere, taking out sensor towers, getting on top of new additional bases. Corruptors are going to use caustic spray on that orbital in the bottom right side, so that's going to deny even more mining from Maru. And how will Maru ever find the resources? We're taking... Oh, I love this even more than just using it all on the orbital. We're using it on the planetary and the orbital at the same time, and the orbital is going to fall. The planetary will fall. The Lings are here. Another infestor shows up. Serral is too damn good at this game. What do you say, Dana?
That's fucking illegal.
I agree. It is illegal. I don't know how he does it. Yona is too damn good at this game. Couple winter mines finding good connections there with the Zerglings, but how much longer? Ooh, that SCV train would have continued. 35 SCVs, 91 army supplies, all that's remaining for Maru. Yeah, a lot of people hate on this map, but it's really cool to see these two play on this map. Could be our final fight. It's Lynx, it's Veins, it's Ultras, it's Corruptus. Yes, there are ghosts, and ghosts are always scary. But as long as we can bring an overseer or two here, we should be able to take out the final few ghosts. Well, we don't have an overseer, so we're not able to. But it's all good. 188 supply. Serral made a funny face there, but it's okay, Yona. We're almost home. This is where the little kids in the backseat ask, are we there yet? And at this point, guys, we're actually pretty much there. We are about to leave the German Autobahn. And we are finally taking that exit to Krefeld. Yes, kids, we're almost there. GG! Basilisk Serral takes the 1-0 lead. Woo! Okay. We're still here, guys. We are still here. Onsyde, of course, is still ahead. 3-2. Maru has just dropped his first map of the season. He can now pick any map he wants. What will he pick? Ryong picked Oceanborn. Maru strikes me more as an Golden Aura Side Delta guy. To be honest, I see a lot of the Terrans don't seem to love Side Delta as much as I think they should love Side Delta. I think Game 2 will be played on Central. Maru and Roddy, guys. Maru and Roddy. All these other Terran plebs, they keep on making me look silly. But Maru says, that Dutch nerd is onto something. That actually makes me happy, because I've looked really stupid every single time I suggested Side Delta so far. I'm glad that Maru at least agrees with me. Yo, Oak Warrior, thank you so much, matey, for the 88 months. Looking forward to it. There's a lot of really cool people that come to Home Story Cups these days. Okay. I think you enjoy hanging out with them. How does Maru have 100 more ELO than Serral? Whoa, but I didn't even notice that. 989. The reason for that is simple. Maru is 14-0. Well, now 14-1. But when they made that ranking, Maru had a perfect season. And the ELO does not come down to how well you do in a DreamHack, how well you do at GSL Code S. It only comes down to how well do you perform in WTL Code S, in Masters Coliseum, in the Kung Fu Cups. But I guess Maru doesn't play in the other two events very often, so it just comes down to his WTL performance, and he wins a lot in WTL. Yo, Shiki. 95 months. Sheik, are you making a visit? I love Yona. He's too cool. How do you make that face when you load into a game against Maru? I love it. Top left side, guys. Top left side, excuse me. Of a side Delta. Onsyde Gaming's Maru. Casually drinking some water. And in the bottom right side, we're looking at the main base of the great Yona Sotala. Serral for Basilisk. Two goats, indeed. I have my opinion, obviously. I'm on the Serral hype train. And people really go to war and saying they think Maru is the GOAT. I respect their opinion. I think the beautiful thing about GOAT discussions is that we can all have our opinions. Now, some of them are just straight up wrong, and that's okay, but you can obviously make a great point for Maru. These two are just both incredibly amazing and have accomplished so damn much in this video game. This is happening live. No, they actually played this game in the summer of 2019, but I decided that I really need to get a couple viewers on my channel, so I'm rebroadcasting those games. It's a banger series though, mate. Sheik, I hope you can make it to Home Story Cup as well, amigo. I haven't seen you in quite some time. It'd be super fun. Watch a couple Starcraft 2 games together in Germany, have a beer, play some football. All of the games in this clan war were live, guys. Rainer played live, Trigger played live, Serral played live. Hmm. I don't think they forgot Guo. It's their league. I don't think they forgot anything that Serral has done. It's just they probably have some sort of a system that comes up with these numbers. I don't think they just randomly pick numbers. Serral has obviously had a good season so far in WTL Code S2. 11 wins and 3 losses. After the previous game, it's 12 wins and 3 losses. But 11 and 3 is obviously not as good as 14 and 0. You guys think we get some cyclones early on here? December 1, 2, and 3, Chic. And this goes to everyone that's currently watching the stream. If you guys are here and you're like, man, Starcraft is kind of cool. Maybe it would be fun to go to an offline event once. Krefeld, Germany, North Rhine-Westphalia, close to the Dutch border. December 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Europe's finest, and hopefully a couple of great players from America and Asia will gather there, play a fun tournament. But overall, it's a great social environment. Everyone is nice to each other. We have good times. We drink beers and cocktails and meme a little, play poker, watch Starcraft, get blasted, as Rainer said. We do all of it. If you have the opportunity to stop by once, if you're here watching Starcraft, you love it enough to watch it on a Tuesday afternoon, hopefully you guys will consider making an appearance at the Home Story Cup 24 already. What is my cocktail of choice? I like a mojito. I'm a mojito guy. But many cocktails are alright. Old fashioned is nice. Long Island iced teas. You know, soon Rainer really wants to have a party night with me. He's been doing his best to get the old man out. If I go out with Rainer, I have a couple Long Islands. Very good defense by Yo. Oh, ho, 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 ho.
Impressive.
Or
Absolutely perfect.
that was really good. Reaper dies, multiple Hellions dies, and Maru didn't even get close to the drones of Serral. Who's my favorite F1 driver not named Max? I like Yuki. I'm a big Yuki fan. And I really hope that he continues to do well and ends up at a big team one day. Stim on the way, 2 more barracks is going down, 2 more eBay is going down, command center number 3 in production as well. But what a start, guys. What a start for Serral. I don't know what Maru was hoping for. Maybe he was anticipating Serral to not either have units in the right position or hoping that he wouldn't have links. Maybe go roaches or something. Because Serral has been a very big roach boy for quite some time in this matchup. Yeah, those links and Hellions didn't do anything. And that is an uncomfortable start for the Terran. Is Rainer actually good these days, or is it just a Roddy hype-up? Asking if the guy who won Home Story Cup 23 and the biggest StarCraft tournament we've had in years, Gamers 8, is good in the video game. Also in the semifinals of the ESL regionals at the moment. Yeah, he's pretty good at the video game. Turns out that it's really hard to win tournaments where the first place is like, I don't know, $80,000. To win those, you need to be pretty good at the video game. Rainer won it, so. 30 links on the production tab, a Baneling speed on the way, and double Evo going down on the side of Yona. Do we think we'll have more players like Baby Marine and Fjont at Home Story Cup this time? Yeah, I think we'll have a couple youngsters. I was trying to get Battlebee to be invited, but apparently he doesn't want to play in it. I don't know what the reasoning is behind that. Because I think that those guys should also play in the Home Story Cup. Great up-and-comers, German as well. I thought it would be awesome. I don't know what his reasoning is, but yeah. Obviously, there are not too many Koreans that can make the trip to Krefeld, so yeah, you're going to see a couple of up-and-coming young kids from the European scene, maybe even the American scene, play at the upcoming Home Story Cup. Queens are in the right position to deal with this double drop of Maru as well. And it just feels that Serral is having a pretty comfortable start, at least. First 7 minutes. I don't know if anybody ever has a proper, smooth and easy ride against Maru. But it's starting to look familiar. Basically, any Terran that is not Clem in Europe often have these starts against Serral. where nothing really goes their way, and Serral's just clicking buttons, doing his thing, and he seems bulletproof. Maru has a tank on the high ground, splitting up a couple of units. Serral, anticipating this move, is going to try to come in from the bottom left as well. But there is still that high ground tank to worry about, though. This is obviously still going to get scary, guys. Because if Maru takes one great fight, if Maru wins this game, this clan war is over. And we have lost for the first time in history. First queen dies in the regular season, of course. Serral setting up a surround. The game has been very good so far. We are waiting for our upgrades. +1 melee is done. +1 carapace is done. The first few Lings and Banes are leading the charge. Serral's playing it patient. He has the economic advantage, and he probably feels every second that goes by he cranks out more and more Lings. A couple of additional Banings. A Hydra upgrade is finishing up as well, but I don't think we have any Hydra. So. Maru is sending over the reinforcements though, guys. Look at the minimap, and Serral is gonna hit right before those reinforcements show up. So Serral gets the first tank, gets the second tank, and hopefully he gets tank number 3 as well. And he does get tank number 3. So yes, man, what a moment. Serral does that 5 seconds later. It's so much harder. It's so much worse. That is crazy. Those units from Maru were basically within range to see the fight happen, but they could just not participate in the fight. We're still not there. Maru would not be Maru if he does not continue to apply some pressure. Serral's thinking of a very big counterattack. He is bleeding out a couple of queens. We have a lot of Lings waiting to maybe run into the natural, but Maru was anticipating that move as well. So now maybe it's time for Serral to just properly clean this up once and for all. The tank is misrallied. Can a medevac save that tank? He's gonna siege it. Weird siege, to be honest. I think if Maru sends over a medevac, he can pick that up. Could be a bit of ping involved there on Maru's side. Lings and Hydras on top of these 3 medevacs. The Spore Crawl helping out as well. Serral is not going to take more damage from that initial push. Now a lot of units are making their way towards the top right side. So we're going to battle over a different hatchery. Serral has been in the dark. Definitely a little blindsided by this attack. Seems like we had a couple of good Baneling connections there as well. The Broodlings and the Lings get on top of the first tank, so that one dies. The second tank dies as well. Tank number 3 sieges up, and once more. Well, that was a pretty gnarly spot. Gets a few good hits off. Maru is also making a transition into Drilling Claws. Still has units active on the bottom side of the map as well. Very important that Serral transfuse this queen. Jona's going to try to get on top of this annoying tank on the high ground, and he will get that one too. That's like 7 tanks or something that Serral has killed in this game. Maru has done a great job in building SCVs. He's on 82. He is on 4 bases. And these two, I don't know what kind of compliment I can give them. I think we're running out of superlatives or whatever the right term is for that. But they are both out of this world. Awesome to finally see a best of 2 between Maru and Serral living up to the hype a little bit. As on paper, this is always awesome, but the games have not always been fantastic when Maru and Serral clash. I have been loving every single moment of this best of 2 as a medevac with a couple of Widowmines die. That's obviously nice. Maru still maxed out, actually taking the economic lead, and that is something that does concern me a little bit for Yona. The Banelings got nerfed, guys. They are no longer as good as they once upon a time were. Serral's thinking of a big counterattack at the triangle. Is up in supply, down in workers. Can we kill some SCVs? No, we cannot. Widowmine. Nice split by Yona. Excellent split. Whew. Hive Tech finishing up with that Lurker then nearing completion as well. Once that Hive Tech is done, we can get a Viper or 2, so we can spam some para bombs or land a couple of abducts. But the bio units are finding some pretty good trades here, guys. That's a lot of Zerglings falling. But the Queens and Hydras will go down. The Medavacs, we got 1 or 2. One of the empty ones survives. A lot of Widowmines with Drilling Claws here, by the way, on the top side of the map. Oh, Yona is so sexy. I love it. Every single time. I see a Widowmine fire with only a single Zergling, I get happy. It happened quite a few times. Maru is going up to 5 bases now. This is kind of where I wish, guys, that Serral just had a single Zergling on patrol on that bottom left side. I believe he has a single Zergling next to the main base expand of Maru, but I wish we had vision of that. I know it's hard to do everything. Maru is all over the place, applying an immense amount of pressure. I just wish that Serral would have given himself the heads up when that command center was floating over, because he still does not know. Yona has no idea. If we go right now, Yona, not the planetary, mate. The other base would have been way easier. But we do have a Baneling connecting with a lot of SCVs. We do get the planetary. I mean, okay. We get the PF. Please split off a unit to the bottom left, Yona. He doesn't know. Never thought that Serral would be Scotty from Eurotrip. Serral always knows. This time around, he does not know. Maru was quick in adding in a couple of ghosts as well. We have a lot of bases flying all over the shop at this point. Serral has 2,000 minerals, 2,000 gas. It's really not that much. Cannot take a bad fight. And Maru's army is getting scarier and scarier. Good news is that he's still doing this with 2-2 upgrades. We have lurkers on the top right side that I think we're going to use aggressively. Serral's thinking it's an all-in now. I don't know. I do not dare to think for Serral. I let Serral do the thinking and I just watch. Okay, that's not the best split we've ever seen, but that's okay. Serral's just showing us that he's human. It's just a couple of months. We'll survive. This guy said, I don't care about APM. I care about the Observer. Oh, okay. APM is cool, guys, but it just doesn't mean anything. The numbers are very inflated. I hope that whatever RTS will be playing one day, that APM actually will mean something again. That they find out a smart way to show the actions that do actually matter. Even if Serral didn't get on top of that base at let's say 8 o'clock, he does find the bottom left immediately. What a moment to show up, guys. It's not a planetary yet. So the Lings get on top of the SCVs. 10 SCVs die. We cannot continue. Seeing all these bases must be a bit scary for Serral. I don't know if Yona even knows fear. Legitimately, 2 of the best Serral versus Maru games I've seen, guys, back to back. Lings and Banes getting on top of a couple of these units, and even a Ghost went down there, I believe. We are getting Burrow right now. I was kind of wondering what's taking us so long. Unlike Raynor, that washed up guy, Serral does believe in Burrow Baneling. And that makes me happy. And definitely the Sharking Infestor. I think Serral believes a lot more in the Sharking Dark Infestors than he believes in the Laser Banelings. Why not both, guys? Why not both? Does he have Hydra speed? Does feel so slow. I know he had Guru Spines very early. I assume he does, but I haven't really seen Hydra's battle a whole lot. And I know we got the Guru Spines even before we had... Yeah, he has it. He has it. Miko. Miko, by the way, my fake call is on my profile. I don't know if you know, but the casters actually had a strong saying in that. And they were going for something else. And I was like, you know what? Those banelings of Miko, I think they deserve some love. So, I'm right here, Miko. I'm right here. Lings, Veins, and Lurkers getting on top of the planetary in the bottom left side. If you guys don't understand that little conversation there, at Gamers 8 last summer, it was not just an amazing Starcraft tournament with a lot of prize money for the top finishers. They also very casually gave out $40,000 in bonuses. $10,000 for the coolest play of the tournament, $10,000 for, I think, the coolest strategy, and $20,000 for the best series or the best game of the tournament overall. So $10K each to the 2 players that were involved. And Elaser got $10,000 for some massive burrowed banelings on Royal Blood. That's why he was joking about it. I thought it was a great idea as well, Foltz. Performance of the night on the, you know, finish of the night. I like that stuff a lot. I've done that in the past on my own channel, but Not with 10k, guys, with like $20. But I still like it. It's the idea that counts. Maru and Serral both maxed out 18 minutes into side delta. Anybody's game. Maru does look very well set up, and I think it's a little bit easier for Maru to maybe defend the bases than it was on RotterdaM. Maru wins, the clan war is over. Onsyde takes it 4-2 here in the regular season of WTL Code S. Serral wins, we're going to an ace match, and then there is a chance that we can turn this even into a best of 3. But there is also a good argument to be made that Onsyde will send Solar if we go to an ace match. Because according to many nerds on the internet, Solar is the best ZVZ player on this planet. Solar is also the GSL Code S champion. And Solar has been able to find wins. As Serral finds an opening, by the way, with links into the main base, into the natural. I like this because the production facilities do still really matter. Maru threw down a scan there immediately, wondering if there was an infestor. We have a couple lurkers, guys. Spiky boys getting some shots off. The observer does not want to show us. Maru is all over that too. Throws down a scan. Lurkers on the top side of the map as well. What a best of 2 between these two, eh? What a best of 2. Serral has a crazy amount of resources in the bank. Maru has a decent amount of resources in the bank as well. 5 libs, 90 marauders, 8 ghosts, and 4 widow mines. Is the ace map the same for every clan war, Lambo? Because I know that that was the ace map for... Yeah, actually I read it. I posted it out, right? Alright, so Equilibrium. Ace match. Serral takes out the base in the bottom left side. 13 SCVs. So if we do go to an ace match, guys, the WTL folks have decided that the ace matches of this week will be played on Equilibrium. And Lambo says there is no chance that Maru goes on Equilibrium. And if Lambo says it, I assume it's true. So I guess they're sending out Ryung. That's what Lambo's telling us. We have an infestor that is about to be revealed, I think, by a missile turret, but it lands the fungal, and the fungal from downtown. Is that good enough for the Lings and Bangs to get on top of these goals? A couple, but the Liberators are so freaking good. We do spam some parasitic bombs, epic fights between these two. Great job there by Maru with the Onsiege. I mean, that was as good of a fungal as you are going to see, but the Liberators, with an insane amount of justice, still turn it into a good fight for Maru.
Justice reigns from above.
That many lips in a choke point. Maru throws down a scan. He wants more right now. Takes out that base in the bottom side of the map. He's gonna siege this base too. Oh, we gonna run into this? We're really gonna run into this many circles? Yona was running into it for a little bit, but I think that's just simply too many Liberators. We see the lips shine a lot against Protoss, but against Zerg they can be just as freaking good. Especially on a map like Side Delta, that does feel kind of narrow from time to time. I'm not sure how Serral managed to find a couple of links into the bottom left side, but he does get on top of these SCVs, so he buys time for himself. Now we have Viper energy again, hopefully. We can drop a Parabomb. The Medivacs of Maru. Hello, Observer. The Medivacs of Maru. Some of them very low in HP already. Wow. Yona. What a way to get yourself out of a very dicey position. Splitting up those links to the bottom left side, buying him time, and getting the Medivacs as well. It looked very problematic and very scary for a split moment there. But that run by is insanely good. Not just because of the few SCVs we get there or the scans, but the chaos and the time that it bought Serral is amazing. I was like, what the hell is that, guys? And the infestor on the high ground does get revealed. Serral wants to get on top of this base at the bottom left side one more time. The Liberators are here. Couple Hydras gunning them down. Parasitic bomb landing on the Libs as well. And plenty of Liberators survive. There's so many of them. Sometimes it's really hard to see where all the Liberators are when they're like kind of sieged up above Terran buildings. and you just focus on the 2 or 3 liberators that are in the open area, you're like, oh, let me just take out these lips. And you're like, what the hell? Another one, another one. They just keep on popping up. What a best of 2 for the ages between these two here. I think it's one of the best of 2s we've seen, and I think that the WTL guys are very, very happy they moved this playday from Sunday to this Tuesday, because these games are too good. And watching it live will always feel different than watching it as a replay or a VOD, whatever. There is nothing like live StarCraft, and I will die on that hill. It is just, it feels so much better when it's live. Wintermine connects with a decent amount of links, but it's just a couple Zerglings, and we have 4.8k minerals in the bank. Banelings connecting as well. We still have some Sharking Infestors there too. I would love to see those Liberators clumped up one time and see a Fungal land on his lips, and then a Viper show up with the Parabomb. Because the Liberators, I think, is really what's keeping Maru in this game. And Maru is definitely starting to starve a little bit for cash. Now, I never count their Terran out when they have no bank, because if they drop 12 mules, all of a sudden they do have a bank. So don't be too fooled by the fact that Maru only has 180 minerals right now. That doesn't mean a damn thing. It means a little bit, but it doesn't mean that he's broke. Wintermine connects with a couple of these Hydras. I think Serral has learned from fighting all these lips at the bottom side of Side Delta. Couple of links again, by the way, bottom left side. We have Infestedness now as well. You know what, guys? Drop some Infested Terrans. Oh, wait, what? They're no longer a part of this game? Oh, no. I think it was a great Infested Terran moment. Chain Fungal, some SCVs. Wait, what? That sucks too now? Damn. That sucks. Couple scans. Man, this guy. Couple scans going down. Lings and Banes on top of the planetary. Planetary dies. 14 SCVs die as well. I really love how you can watch Serral engage in a setup there and potentially deal a lot of damage. And then he's like, let me show you this base in the center of the map where drones are mining. And it's like, no. Oh my god. 11 lips. It is 11 lips, guys, but it feels like 27 lips. It is just an insane amount of circles. This tournament is not brought to you guys by the US Air Force, but maybe they can grab a clip or two. Because that's a lot of freedom, baby. Serral has a lot of minerals in the bank, but the gas is obviously a little more important. With only 2,000 gas, I am worried he's gonna go for it. He's gonna run through all these circles. Our undefeated season is on the line. Lings and Banes crashing through, but it's just too many circles. It is too much freedom. Maru says, hey, Yona.
Justice reigns from above.
And that means that Yona is now in a bit of trouble. He's gonna make 14 lurkers, but we're gonna lose that base. Can we cancel the hatchery? No, we cannot cancel that hatchery. Can we get on top of that base on the top right side on Team Maru? And yes, Maru will find this base still. And as I said, guys, that bank of Yona is really not that big, because one bad fight and you lose your gas bank. 2,000 gas turns into 200 gas, and it feels that that fight right there decided it all. An epic clash of two goats of StarCraft 2. The two ultimate goats of StarCraft 2 in my eyes. Serral wins game 1, and it's starting to feel that Maru wins game 2. And with that, our undefeated streak comes to an end. We have won 18 clan wars in a row, 11-0 last season, 7-0 this season. But it seems that Onsyde will get the best of us today. Reina went 1-1 with Ryung. Solar took out Trigger 2-0. And this is really starting to look like Maru and Serral will tie it up. And a draw, unfortunately, is not good enough for us here. Maru is amazing. Serral is amazing. They have played a legendary best of 2, guys. I don't say that every single time I cast. I mean that. I'm honest. Even when Maru and Serral play, we can have bad games. It can be boring. It can be one-sided. Today, it was none of that. It was fireworks from the beginning of the end. Maru brought his A game. Serral brought his A game. And in the end, They will both get one win. GG gets called. Maru gets the dub for Onsyde Gaming. He is no longer undefeated, but he is still having a top tier season. 15 wins and 1 loss right now for Maru. And that means, guys, that for the first time ever, we have to admit defeat in the regular season of WTL Code S. Maru gets the dub. Well done, honestly. I mean, obviously, guys, I'm biased. I'm cheering for my boys. We really wanted to win, but they played amazing, and we have to just tip our fedora to us. We go back to the drawing board. GG's to Onsyde. Amazing clan war. They played very well. We had some fantastic games. It is what it is. You can't win them all. Perhaps we'll see them again in the playoffs, because this, guys, is just regular season, and it's not all about the regular season. We can obviously see them in the playoffs again. So it was an amazing battle. This was the day of WTL Code S. Shopify Rebellion wins 4-2 against Platinum Heroes. And BASILISK unfortunately loses for the first time ever in regular season 2-4 against the amazing folks from Onsyde. GG's. GG to Solar, GG to Ryung, and GG to Maru. It was a real team effort for them. They all got some wins on the board. And yeah, well done to them. I'm sad, but it was amazing Starcraft, and that is very important. Now, we like to do interviews, and we have basically only ever done interviews when we win, but I also said that we will do interviews if we lose too. And today there is not ESL Masters. I don't think any of the players is in a rush, so we will do a little interview with the boys. We can go over a couple of the matches and hear their thoughts. If you guys have any specific questions, you guys can stick around, and you guys can see me ask them. I'm gonna go and take a little break, and after that I'll be back, and I'm gonna try to get an interview going with Trigger, Serral, and Rainer. It's obviously just regular season, and it does mean that it's gonna be very hard for us to finish above them, because yeah, they're 7-1. We dropped to 3rd place right now, because Shopify is having a monstrous season too. So these are the updated standings. Onsyde 7-1, Shopify 7-1. And BASILISK 7-1. They have 22 points. Shopify 20. We only have 18. So we're going to have to really step it up and get a couple of clean sweeps on the board. Will Cassis be at DreamHack Atlanta? Yes, they will be. So I'll take a break, guys. And in a couple minutes, 3, 4, 5 minutes, I'll be back with an interview with Serral, Rainer, and Trigger. And we'll take the loss as a team. We'll move on. We live and we learn. And we'll hopefully meet them again in the playoffs. Take a little break. After that, I'll be back. See you guys soon.